Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hangin' at the Hangar Bar. We are so excited to kick off Season 5 with all of you. It's been an incredible journey so far, and we can't wait to share what's in store for this new season. We've got some exciting changes ahead, but first, let's take a moment to reflect on the past.
That's right, Candice. As many of you know, our hosting team has been such a big part of this podcast, and we want to acknowledge that this season is going to feel a little bit different. As we continue to evolve, we're saying goodbye to two of our dear friends and original hosts, Lacey and Lariah.
Yes, after much thought, Lacey and Lariah have decided to step back from hosting so they can focus on new personal and professional adventures. We're so grateful for everything they've contributed to this podcast, their energy, insights, and great conversations we've had together. They will always be a part of the Hangar Bar family, and we wish them the absolute best in whatever comes next.
Absolutely. Lacey and Lariah, thank you both for everything, and we'll always be cheering you on and in your next chapters and whenever you decide to come back on the show.
So sit back, relax, and get ready for an amazing new season of Hangin' at the Hangar Bar. We've got lots of exciting topics, new guests, and some fresh perspectives coming your way. Let's dive right in.
That's it? I'd like some fresh, clear, well-seasoned perspective.
Hey, welcome to Hangin' at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
And I'm Candice. We're here to chat all things Disney as child-free Disney adults. Stories, snacks, and a little magic along the way.
Grab a drink and get comfy and come hang out with us. Okay, so today, one of the things that we decided we wanted to do this year is we're going to explore the festivals a little bit more. We've traditionally just done the flower, not the flower and garden. We've traditionally just done, Candice, why did I just draw a blank?
Food and wine?
Yes, thank you. Food and wine. I was thinking September, October. We've typically just done the food and wine festival for our kind of exploring the food booths and the drink booths and that kind of thing. But we're going to do that with all of the festivals this year. So this one's going to be a little bit late because the festival's already going as we record this episode, and we're still a couple weeks away from actually releasing. So we'll probably be about halfway through the Festival of the Arts, right? Do you know what the dates are for that?
I sure do. It's January 17th, so it actually started today, and it goes through February 4th or 24th. So 24th. It is the shortest Epcot festival that there is.
Yeah, so about 6 weeks, and you're listening to this one probably the
fourth or fifth week.
The second or third week probably. Mm-hmm. The first week of February is when this one's going to release. So
math is hard.
Yeah, math is very hard, and we're already on the struggle bus. What a way to start the season, right?
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so let's just run through the festival. Tell me a little bit, Candice, about what the Festival of the Arts is all about before we get into food and drink.
Okay, so the Festival of the Arts it really focuses on three main areas of art, and that is visual art, performance art, and culinary arts. So you're going to have a lot of live performance opportunities. We were actually in the park for Festival of the Arts last year.
We were.
There was a lot of different stands with artists showing off their beautiful creations. And then, of course, there's the food booths.
Yeah. One of my favorite things that we did at the Festival of the Arts, and it is taking all of my power not to just say farts every time I say that.
Please don't.
If you shorthand it, it's FARTS. So those in the know call it farts, but I'm going to still call it Festival of the Arts because I'll make myself giggle if I don't. One of my favorite things that we did is, do you remember that mural?
Yes.
That you got a little sponge paintbrush and you got to go paint 4 or 5 different little squares. Mm-hmm. And it was all full when we got there, but we got our paint and got to fill in over where somebody hadn't gone very, very much. So we got to participate. And that's hanging somewhere, right? They actually display those.
Yes, they do. They usually hang them up in an office building or somewhere like that. So
we're a part of that Disney art that's hanging around. And I actually, the bookmark that I use most is a picture of that mural that we helped paint. So that was one of my favorite experiences. The chalk art was fantastic. There's lots of good concert series and that kind of thing. We're not going to get into that tonight. This one's going to be all about the food and drink because we're all surprise. We're all about the food and drink. Yay! Okay, where are we starting?
So let's start with a couple of things that we have maybe dabbled with in the past, like when we were there last year.
Mm-hmm.
We did have the Disney dining plan, which did offer us each a snack credit every day that we were there. And we did use those snack credits at the food booths.
Yeah, festivals are one of the few times that the dining plan may be worth it for your family. I think we still decided it's probably not for us. Just like we like the idea of loading up a gift card, but the food booths, for the most part, the food items take snack credits.
Yes, they do. And they are plenty big enough to share.
Yes.
That will stretch your snack credits a little bit further if that's something you're concerned about.
Yeah, for sure. Where are we starting?
Oh, we are starting in World Celebration.
Okay.
There is,
Point me to the right spot in the park.
okay, so we're actually starting in Communicore Plaza.
Okay, so that's where the new Communicore Hall is. That's where the Connections, or what used to be Connections.
It's still Connections, but it's the plaza that's right
Okay.
kind of around.
The shopping, Club Cool is over there.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I'm with you now.
Okay, so there is, the booth over there is called Opening Bites.
Opening Bites. Is it brunch?
No,
Well, that's too bad.
I know.
That's a missed opportunity.
Okay, so the first thing that they have, and these are all new food items because it's a new booth. First thing they have is a soft shell crab slider with green papaya slaw and mango ketchup on toasted brioche.
Mango ketchup? On seafood.
Yeah.
It's soft shell crab, so I would probably buy it and try it. Does that list prices at all, or is it just food?
It does not. It's
Okay.
just the food and a couple of pictures, but not.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had me until they got to the mango ketchup. Like, I can't imagine ketchup on seafood.
And cocktail sauce.
Yeah, it just popped into my head too.
Yeah.
A horseradishy cocktail sauce is basically ketchup,
Yeah.
and so maybe that'd be okay.
I just don't understand the fascination with mango. I know a lot of people like it. I don't happen to be one of those people.
And it's very regionally appropriate.
Yes. Yes. So maybe. I mean, I guess I might try a bite. The thing that weirds me out about soft shell crab is that you eat the shell and everything, and that just weirds me out. So I might try a bite.
Yes. Okay.
The second thing they have is a cheddar and chive scone with smoked salmon salad topped with creme fraiche and caviar.
I bet that would be delicious. You'd have to like salmon because it'd be pretty fishy, I would think.
And from the little tiny picture that we're seeing here, it looks like a big mound of the salmon salad
Okay.
on top of the brioche.
And it's like a cheddar brioche, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'd try it. Like, if we're rating that on a scale of 1 to I'd try it.
Okay. No, you are in a theme park and hot.
Well, it's January into February. It's not going to even be that hot.
True. As long as the weather cooperates. I mean,
Right.
who really knows what's going on anymore?
Right.
And the third thing they have is called the Enchanted Rose, which is a milk chocolate rose with raspberry and rose center.
Is it a cake?
It looks like a mousse situation
Okay.
where it's like a fondant rose with probably the goop in
So
the middle
very-
on a cookie.
Beauty and the Beast-ish.
Very.
Which is why they're calling it the Enchanted Rose.
Yes.
But yeah, okay. It doesn't, I don't think that would be my speed of dessert, but just from how you described it. But
Yeah. It seems like it would be really, really sweet.
yeah,
Like one bite would be about all a person would need.
yeah.
Yeah. And then they have 3 different beers and 4 different wines and, 2 wines and 2 champagnes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are there fewer booths at Festival of the Arts?
It doesn't seem like there are.
So they just are packing a lot into it.
Yep.
Okay.
Which I think is okay because that's what people go for.
Yeah. Any, just so we don't have to go through every wine and beer, are there any of them that look unique?
There is. Why? Why do they always have to throw IPAs in everything? There's one called a Fantasia Fusion, but it's an IPA.
Oh, so it's going to be super hoppy. Mm-hmm. There's people out there that like IPAs.
I know. We have several good friends that love IPAs. I just don't like bitter stuff.
Yeah. They're just not for me.
Yeah. So that's World Celebration.
Okay.
Next, we are going over into World Discovery, which is over
So there's
by-
only one booth in World Celebration.
Yes.
There's nothing in Communicore Hall, or are they doing that separately?
No, that's it.
Oh, I bet they're going to turn Communicore Hall into like an art display or something instead.
Either that or pack it with tables, which they need to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So next we are going over to World Discovery, which is over by Mission Space and Test Track and
Okay.
that area. And this is the Connections Eatery menu. The only thing they have for the festival is a Figment Liege waffle with ube filling.
What in the world is ube?
Ube is actually purple sweet potato.
Okay, so it's a purple waffle.
No, it's a regular waffle with purple filling.
Okay, and it looks like purple frosting and then like a white chocolate figment coin.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind Connections is the Starbucks.
Right.
So they're going to have those menu items as well. And they usually just do one or two things for the festivals.
Right. Yeah, that's a very good point. They're not usually known for their festival foods.
Yeah.
And yes, Festival of the Arts has good food, but it's no Food and Wine.
Correct.
That's not the focus. The prettiness of the food is what the focus is.
Very important.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep. And then they just have one beverage that's different than what they normally have. And it's called the Imagination Lemonade, which is Minute Maid premium lemonade topped with butterfly pea, tea, and lavender. And then there's a spirited version available with vodka. In all
Butterfly pea tea?
Uh-huh. It starts blue. But then when you add the lemon from the lemonade, it turns purple.
I don't want to drink butterfly pea.
Not butterfly urine. Butterfly pea like flower, like a pea flower. It's
Okay.
not urine. It has nothing to do with urine.
Okay.
I mean, maybe later, but
Yeah, okay. I the only thing I know like pee anything has to do with bathrooms, like a pee trap under your sink.
no. This has nothing.
Okay.
You know about green peas too.
Oh, so it's that kind of pee, like PEA.
Yes. Not PEE, PEA.
Okay. Okay.
Are we good? Are we safe?
I think we're good. I don't know that I'd drink a tea that had peas in it.
No. It's tea made from the flower of the butterfly pea plant.
Okay. I'm just going to go with you. I'm still confused, but I'm just going to go with you.
We'll look it up later.
Okay. Yeah. It's fine.
Everything's fine. This dumpster fire brought to you
Brought to you by the Festival of the Arts.
or farts.
Going back to the bathroom again.
Yep. We miss you, Lariah. All right. So near the refreshment station, which is
Nobody can see your hand waving.
in that area, I'm trying to.
So the refreshment station is like at the beginning of World Showcase, right? Between the
Ish.
two.
Yes.
It's like where the two gift shops are.
Yeah.
So it's the refreshment outpost.
No, it's just called the refreshment station.
Okay.
The booth there is called Fictional Victuals.
Okay.
Yeah, and the food item, there are 3. This is also a new booth
Okay.
for this year. There's a squid ink pasta with lump crab, truffle cream, and shaved truffles.
Okay. I've always wanted to try squid ink pasta. I don't think I ever have.
It's visually not appealing to me.
Because it comes out like gray-black.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it always looks kind of shiny and kind of oily. Like
Yeah.
it's been dipped in motor oil,
Yep.
dirty motor oil at that, and then put on a plate.
Yeah.
So it visually, no.
Yeah.
I've heard it's delicious.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, for sure. And just a quick pause. If you hear what sounds like crunching on a bone, our dog is deciding now is the time to make all the noise. And that's a sound that I'm not going to be able to edit out if you can hear it. So my apologies if you can.
There's also a charred octopus with crushed fingerling potatoes, Kalamata olives, capers, and romesco sauce.
Say that one more time.
Sure. Charred octopus with crushed fingerling potatoes, Kalamata olives, capers, and romesco sauce. That would be really good and savory.
It would be. Do I like octopus?
I don't know that I've ever had it. I have a problem. It's a texture thing for me. I can't.
So you'd like the mashed potatoes piece of that.
Absolutely, I would. And the olives and the capers.
Right. So you'd probably try it.
I might pick out the octopus, but sure.
2-bite rule, Candice. 2-bite rule.
I am not 5.
At the Festival of the Arts, we'll make it a 1-bite rule.
And then the last item they have is a black cocoa brownie with ube ice cream, coral toile, and sponge cake.
Okay. So it's a brownie with sponge cake, or is the sponge cake the brownie?
Nope, it's got some sponge cake with it.
Okay. So it's like a multiple layer situation.
Yes, but kind of all piled on a plate.
Okay.
And then they have, okay, we are going to talk about this. As far as their beverages,
Okay.
they have a butterscotch milkshake with chocolate garnish.
What is a garnish on a milkshake?
Sprinkles,
Is it
chocolate
sprinkles,
shavings, I don't
or
know.
do they take a Hershey bar and
Shove it in there.
shove it in there, cut it, and hang it on the rim of the glass? Yeah, that sounds delicious, though.
Yeah. They also have a barrel-aged cognac porter,
Okay.
which I don't know that there would be a beer that could get much heavier than that.
Yeah. And that's going to be pretty, I'm trying to think. I don't know that I've ever had cognac. I'm not as bougie as I think I am, because I don't remember ever having cognac.
Do you have to drink cognac to be bougie?
No, but it helps.
Oh, all right. I'll make up for it in other ways. 'Cause, no.
So I don't know. Like I was going to say, I bet that would be super oaky, but I don't know how cognac is aged.
Yeah. I don't either. We'll look it up later.
Yeah.
Add it to the list of stuff we have to look up later.
Right. That I'm not writing down.
Right. It's fine. And then the last thing they have is actually a cocktail, which is vodka, lime juice, simple syrup, and juniper.
Okay. So they're turning vodka into a gin flavor.
Sure.
Okay. So it's a margarita-esque
Kind of.
with the lime juice and the
Yeah. More like,
floraliness.
almost
and
more like a mojito without
Maybe.
the rum and smashed lime.
Does it have
or
mint? Yeah, without the mint.
Yeah.
So they're using.
They're using juniper in place of the mint
Yeah.
and vodka in place of the rum.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's,
So it's
mojito straight
it's
up.
probably just going to taste an awful lot like a gin with lime, like gin with a squirt of lime in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be really refreshing.
Yeah, it might be.
All right. The next booth that we are going to is the Deconstructed Dish, which is not a new booth.
It is not, and usually one of my least favorite booths.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to... Well, it might. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
So the first item for food is a deconstructed BLT, which is pork belly, soft poached egg, onion bread pudding, watercress espuma, and tomato jam.
Okay, what is a spuma?
It's like when you put stuff in a foamer
Oh, okay.
and it
okay,
comes out
okay.
frothy.
Yep.
That would be good.
Yeah, that sounds really delicious.
I am intrigued by the onion bread pudding.
Yeah, that's going to be a savory bread pudding, right? Mm-hmm. So it's basically like a bread loaf. But I wonder, like, is it butter that they're using as the liquid instead of a cream?
Or it might be just a cream, but not a sweetened cream.
Right,
Not like a custard with vanilla or anything in it.
right. Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. And then once again, they have the deconstructed key lime pie, which is flexible key lime curd.
We've seen pictures and video of that. It's...
Yeah, I don't know.
Did we try that last year? Did we get that?
We did not. No.
Okay.
I don't know that I want to eat anything where it has to be designated flexible.
Right.
That's what she said.
They just use gelatin, Candice. It's not that scary.
I know, but I don't know.
The point is the same.
Yes. Then they have, for beverages, they have a deconstructed strawberry mint julep.
How do you deconstruct English is hard, y'all. How do you deconstruct a drink?
Well, it's rather false advertising, actually,
Okay.
because it says frozen mint and simple syrup blended with strawberry puree.
So it's not
there's-
deconstructed.
So there's no julep, but it's still a drink.
I wonder if they float the strawberry and you're supposed to mix it up.
Maybe? That's weird.
Yeah. If you are going to the festival, we want you to buy that and tell us what a deconstructed drink looks like and tastes like.
Yes, please.
Come out to our socials and tell us all that you know about that beverage.
Yes. Okay. Then we are going inside the Odyssey building.
Okay.
We all know where that is, right?
Maybe.
It's the big building on the way to Mexico that you have to go back.
Okay.
kind of
Yes.
over
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
bridge.
That's where at the Christmas I got my Epcot, my spaceship Earth cookie that sent me into a sugar coma.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So this, once again, is Figment's Inspiration Station.
Okay.
Not a new booth. The first item, however, is new this year. It is a raspberry pastry tart, which is sugar cookie with raspberry and lemon cream cheese filling.
So the idea behind this booth and this location is to give you as much sugar as possible.
Yes.
That sounds delicious.
Yes.
I doubt I'd be able to finish it.
Fancified Pop-Tart.
Yes. I doubt I'd be able to finish it with as much sweetness as you listed there, but I would sure try.
And then the other item that they have, which is also sugar coma inducing, is the rainbow cake topped with Skittles popped freeze-dried candy.
So it's just, they've had that in the past,
Yes,
right?
they
It's
have.
just multiple layers with lots of colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a typical cake.
Yep. With freeze-dried Skittles on top.
Again.
Which, I'm sorry, save the money and just buy a bag of freeze-dried Skittles if that's what you want.
Right. And honestly, like, again, Festival of the Arts is not known for them being food forward. That piece of cake
Is
looks like a
visual.
piece of art. Mm-hmm. And the fact that there's a pastry chef that is making all of those different vibrant colors, putting them together and frosting, and then putting the Skittles on top, I'm sure it tastes good. It's just probably not going to blow your socks off.
Right.
Like some of the desserts and that kind of thing from Food and Wine are going to blow your socks off.
Right.
A piece of cake is not.
Unless you really, really, really like cake.
Right.
Our socks would not be blown off.
Right.
But somebody who loves cake,
Maybe.
maybe.
If they really love cake and their favorite candy is Skittles.
Yeah.
Taste the rainbow.
You do you,
Skittles, you can sponsor us since I just threw that in there.
if you like. But please don't sue us for trademark infringement. And then as beverages, as they have had in the past, they have the rainbow of beers and ciders.
Okay.
And you can get a flight of either one.
And we tried those last
We
year,
did.
right? Yeah.
I was underwhelmed.
We got the cider flight.
We did. And I was underwhelmed.
Is it the same ciders?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yep.
And what are those?
Black cherry, orange, and pineapple.
Okay. If I remember correctly, we like the black cherry the best. Or I like the black cherry the best.
I think I like the blood orange the best because the black cherry tasted like cough medicine to
Yeah.
me. All right. And then the novelty that they have available at Figment's Imagination Station is the Figment Premium Popcorn Bucket with rainbow popcorn. This is not the same popcorn bucket that caused hours-long waits a few years ago.
I wonder if this one is going to cause hours-long wait today as well, because I think it's cuter than the one that caused the waits.
I do too. It's Figment and he's sitting on a light bulb.
It's adorable.
Adorable.
As you're listening to this, Google 2025 Figment popcorn bucket. It is a fantastic
Yeah, it's a
popcorn
great
bucket.
idea.
I'm not a popcorn bucket person because I don't know what we do with them, but that one looks like something you could display. Like put like colored marbles or something like that, something you could display as an art piece if you wanted to.
Yes.
I haven't seen it in person, so I'd probably see it in person and be like, nope, it looks like cheap plastic, but like the pictures of
it
it make
is.
look really good.
Yes. All right. Are we ready to move along?
Yes.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. So we are going now to the Craftsman's Courtyard, which we did visit last year.
Okay.
Looks like they have a couple of new menu items, which I am very glad of because the thing we had last year, not so good. That was where we had that pork belly
Okay.
thing with the broccoli rabe.
Yeah, was not great. I wouldn't even say it was good.
No, we tried it. That's
Yep.
about all we can say. So the first thing they have is beef Wellington inspired croissant supreme with cream spinach croissant pinwheel, mushroom gorgonzola ragu, mustard grilled flank steak, red wine sauce, and pickled mustard seeds.
That would be delicious.
It would be.
There is nothing in that didn't sound like it would go together.
No. Yeah, that sounds really, really good.
2, please.
Then there's cast iron roasted PEI mussels with sautéed tomatoes, garlic, and fresh herbs.
And PEI, does it stand for something?
Prince Edward Island.
Okay.
And then they also have a roasted bone marrow with onion marmalade, pickled mushrooms, and petite lettuce.
And I wanted to try that last year, and you didn't. Is it because you have to dig it out of the bone?
Yep.
Okay.
And I've heard the texture is a little
off-putting?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, listeners, come out to our socials. Tell us if you like us, if you've ever had bone marrow, and if you like it, because I've never had it before, which is why I wanted to try it.
Mm-hmm. And then they just have they have one beer, a coffee, and a coffee old-fashioned.
Okay. And that coffee old-fashioned is something they've had years past.
Yes, it is.
It's a popular returning item.
Yes.
I think that's a good way to ruin an old-fashioned, but that's okay.
As a non-coffee drinker, I would expect you to say that.
Yep.
Okay, now we are headed into World Showcase.
Okay.
And we are starting in Mexico.
Which is the only place you're supposed to start.
Correct.
I'm being, hot take. I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to say start wherever the hell you want to start.
Well, the past few times that we've actually been to Epcot, we've been there through the International Gateway, so we've kind of started in France.
Right.
Which is neither Canada nor Mexico.
Right.
So I'm saying that that's a perfectly acceptable place to start as well.
Yeah, Morocco.
Yeah.
You hop on the friendship boat across the lagoon, you get dropped off at Morocco. That's a good place to start, too.
It is. You do you.
Yep.
No judgment.
But if you're coming from Spaceship Earthside, you should always go left. I agree with that. You should go left.
You should. Because then you can start with the margaritas and remember them.
Right. Granted, you may not make it to China if you are drinking around the world and you start at La Cava and then you go have a margarita and then you stumble to China. If you're going to drink around the world, one drink per country, people, and make it take all day.
Yes. And remember to carb.
Yes.
Load. And drink water.
Eat all the fettuccine Alfredo.
Yes.
I've got a carbo load.
Yes. So the booth in Mexico is called El Artista Hambriento.
Okay.
Their food items, none of these are marked as new. There's a carne asada, which is ancho marinated beef sirloin with pasilla chile sauce, grilled queso fresco, nopales salad, and chicharron dust.
Okay. Do you like chicharrones?
I do not.
Why not?
I'm not a big pork fan in general.
But you like pork rinds.
No, I don't. Because they have that same taste that puts me off about pork.
I thought you liked pork rinds.
Nope.
Okay. You're married to somebody for how many ever years we've been married, and you learn something new.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Then there is a croqueta, which is chipotle chicken and chorizo croquettes in chipotle salsa with chipotle aioli, avocado mousse, and truffle oil.
There's a lot going on there.
There is.
I bet it would be good.
I bet it would stick with you for a while.
Yeah.
The flavors aren't going to be anything that go away real quick.
Yeah. But I'm thinking back to when we went to Jose Andres' place and had those croquettes. Mm-hmm. Croquetas. Mm-hmm. Those stood on their own. They didn't need 87 sauces on top of it.
That is correct. This is not Jose Andres.
Right. And jaleo.
Yum. And then the third thing they have, which is a dessert item, is a natilla de maz. Creamy corn custard with caramelized sugar. And then they top it with popcorn.
So that's going to be a creme brulee. A corn custard creme brulee.
Yes. Except the caramelized sugar on top is not torched on top and crunchy. It looks like it was crunched before and just sprinkled on top.
Which is easier to do than trying to brulee things at a festival booth.
Yes.
All day, every day.
Yes. I'm not taking anything away from it. I just want to make sure we're clear.
Yeah. It's basically a corn custard creme brulee.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
Yeah.
Because you love the corn ice cream.
100%. And if that's what this is, only in custard form, before they freeze it, give me 10.
Yeah. And you're not even a custard fan.
I'm really not, but
creme brulee you typically get behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then they do have one new beverage at the Mexico booth. It's called a Floridita, which is Blanco tequila, citrus juice, orange liqueur, and grapefruit soda with a hint of Aperol. So that's going to be real bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the grapefruit in there, too.
Yeah. So is that basically an Aperol spritz?
It's more like a margarita with Aperol and grapefruit juice.
Okay.
It might be all right.
Not a drink I would get.
It might be very cleansing. Like I can see with that Chipotle chicken situation, that you'd need something like that to kind of cut through all of that.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Still not a drink I think I would order.
No. And I like Aperol spritz, but all right, so that's for Mexico.
Okay.
We are going to China next.
Excellent.
And the Painted Panda is the name of the booth there.
Cute.
Yes. So they have a General Tso's chicken shumai, which is dumplings filled with chicken, potato, onion, and water chestnuts, topped with General Tso's sauce.
Okay. How big are the dumplings?
Little.
So it's like ground up chicken.
Probably.
Okay. Not like a chicken nugget wrapped in a bao bun.
No. And then there's something called hargao, which is shrimp dumplings with pumpkin puree and a drizzle of chili oil. That is a new item.
Ooh.
And then they also have an egg tart, which is a Hong Kong style egg custard tart.
Okay. I would try the last two things. And I love General Tso's chicken, so I might try all three of those.
Mm-hmm.
After our trip in December, I am much more keen to try things in China.
Yeah.
Because all I had heard was bad things about the...
Not necessarily bad, just it wasn't any different than what you get at home.
The nine dragons, right?
Uh-huh.
I had heard so many negative things, like it's just the same Chinese food you can get at home. My experience was completely different than that. So, like, hearing you describe the food at their booth makes me think that maybe that's a good place to stop and try some of their food booths and see if I get surprised by that too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next, it doesn't look like Norway actually has a booth.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they usually?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm trying to think, like food and wine, I don't think they do.
No. So it's fine.
Because you just have the bakery there.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of space for them to put a booth in.
No, and Akershus is there.
Yeah. Is there anything in what would be Africa, or does that come after Norway?
That's actually where we're headed next.
Okay. I'm just walking myself around.
Yep.
And I got confused where the Africa booth normally sits.
Yep. So that's Refreshment Outpost.
Okay.
And the only thing they have there that's any different than what they always have is the Artist Palette Jumbo Chocolate Chip Cookie, which is basically a giant cookie that's shaped like an artist palette, and it has 3 plops of different colors of frosting, and it comes with a brush.
Oh, cool. So your little kids can cover themselves in
big
frosting.
kids.
Okay, yes, I'd probably cover myself in frosting trying to play with that cookie, but that's what she said.
And for beverages, they have a few beers. There's a couple of new ones. There's a Liquid Art Pilsner, and then rainbow-colored glasses, Rainbow Sherbet Berliner.
Okay. That Rainbow Sherbet Berliner sounds good. Mm-hmm. And then the rainbow glasses.
Rainbow-colored glasses is the name of the Rainbow Sherbet.
Okay. Okay, so I would definitely try that. Mm-hmm. I wonder if we can get any of that stuff local. I may have to look that up. And then what was the other one?
A Liquid Art Pilsner.
Okay. Yeah, that would be my speed too, and I like the name of that.
They also have a Blueberry Mochi Berliner,
Okay.
but that's not new. The other 2 are new.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to move on?
Always.
All right, we're going to the Pastoral Palette, which is over in Germany.
Okay.
Their one new food item is a pork and white bean cassoulet with Regensburger sausage and crispy pork rinds.
Okay. What is that?
Cassoulet is kind of like a stew.
Okay. So kind of like that thing I got from France at...
Ish, but
the holiday
more
booth.
soupy.
Okay. Is it going to look like cat food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely a casserole sort
Okay.
of thing.
Cassoulet, that makes sense. Thank you. I'm an idiot.
They also have red wine braised beef short ribs and a Black Forest cake, which, I'm sorry, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Nothing really new as far as drinks there either.
Okay. I would still go get the bread pudding instead of the cake.
I agree. The pretzel bread pudding.
Yes.
To be specific.
In Germany. We're in Germany.
Yes.
I think it was understood. What's the look for?
If people have never listened and have not been there before, it's not understood.
Fine. Thanks for the eye roll, dear.
You're welcome. All right, so now we're going to Italy, which historically has not batted 1,000 when it comes to food booths of any situation.
Yep.
So we're going to L'Art de Mangiare, and they have 2 new items. They have the tricolore, which cheese-filled ravioli, pomodoro cream, and pesto sauces.
Okay.
So basically raviolis with sauce on top.
Mm-hmm.
They also have the mozzarella frita, which is something that they've had in the last year, which is the plastic palette with the cheese in the middle and then the sauces in
Okay.
the paint pots.
Right.
And then the other new item they have is a hazelnut s'more cannoli, which cannoli shell dipped in chocolate and graham cracker with chocolate hazelnut, chocolate nut,
Mm-hmm.
cannoli cream, and toasted marshmallows. Yes.
Yeah,
I would try it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
The cannoli shell, like I'm just thinking festival booth, the cannoli shell might get a little soft, but
Or really stale.
right, the flavors all work together really well, I think.
Yeah. And then they have just some beers and wines, but nothing new.
Okay.
Well, actually, I take that back. They have a Mela Spritz, which is apple schnapps, Prosecco, and sparkling water. I would try it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the way you can get me to drink sparkling water. I'm kind of like Ted Lasso with sparkling water.
Just don't spit it all over me, Kay. All right. Now we are going to America. America. And we're going to the artist's table. There's a deviled egg trio, which is new this year. Pimento cheese, green goddess, and BLT deviled eggs.
I need to try deviled eggs again.
Especially those kind, because I think you'd like them.
Mm-hmm. Deviled eggs have always been a texture thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't. The only time I like boiled eggs is typically chopped up on a salad.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I need to try again.
Maybe. They also have a chicken pot pie with smoked cheddar cheese or cheddar mornay sauce, roasted vegetables, pickled mushrooms, wasabi peas, and sherry chicken jus, served open-faced on a flaky pie crust. So it's kind of like a chicken pot pie
Without a lid.
met a pizza, and they had a beautiful baby.
Right. Baby.
Baby.
Yeah. Interesting. The wasabi peas is an interesting non-American addition.
Yeah, well.
I guess America is a melting pot.
Yes, but if you've never had wasabi peas and you decide to try this, prepare yourself because they're nothing to mess around with.
Yeah, they can be a little spicy.
Mm-hmm. And then they have the hummingbird cake, which I think they've had every year.
Mm-hmm. Did we try that last year?
Mm-mm. No, I'm not a huge fan of hummingbird cake.
Okay.
Because it's too textural with all the mushy fruit.
Mm.
They have a Pineapple Daydream IPA, a Neon Palette Lager, and a Peanut Butter Chocolate Milk Stout.
Okay. You would like the last one.
Yeah. I probably like the last two.
What was the lager one again?
Neon Palette.
I wonder what that means.
I don't know.
I'd probably try that one. I'm not a stout drinker
It's a
either.
lager. How bad can it be?
That's true. It's a flavorful Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
Or a flavorful Bud Heavy, whichever.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. We're going to the funnel cake stand. Ooh. The funnel cake offering this time for this particular festival is a cotton candy funnel cake topped with powdered sugar, vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, pink and purple sugar, and cotton candy crunch with a wad of cotton candy on the top.
Diabetes.
Thank you, Wilford. That's just unnecessary.
That's like throwing sugar into a deep fryer and then throwing sugar on top of it.
That's exactly what it is.
Ew. I'm not normally a funnel cake person, but I love pancakes, so I don't know why I'm not a funnel cake person.
Because they're greasy and messy and hard to eat and not worth $12.
Right. And all of that they put on there is just sugar coma.
And it never, ever, ever looks like it does in the picture. Ever,
Right.
ever.
Right. Especially with cotton candy.
Yeah.
It's going to melt and...
Just be a soupy mess.
Yeah. If you're into funnel cakes, I'm sure it's right up your alley, but no.
But be careful. See your dentist.
See your dentist followed by your doctor to get your insulin shots. Because now you got diabetes.
Yes, thank you. All right, so moving on, we're going to Goshiki over in Japan, which from last year was one of my favorite booths.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a couple of new items. They have a taiyaki, which is crisp, flaky fish-shaped pastry filled with sweet red bean served with whipped topping and blueberry popping boba.
Okay.
So basically, it's a fancy Pop-Tart with the shape of a fish and then all the sweet things inside.
Okay. So the Disney chef's got a fish-shaped cookie cutter for Christmas.
Yep. Okay, they also have a Wagyu bun again, but it's different than the one we had last year.
Okay.
This is steamed bun filled with American Wagyu beef served with Japanese karashi mustard and violet shiso sauce.
What is shisho?
I don't know, but it's going to taste like flowers.
Okay. She sells seashells down by the seashore. Shisho.
Shiso.
Shiso.
There we go.
Shiso.
Shiso.
Okay. Plan.
Not plan. Plan.
Plan. Like flan. Ew.
That custard goo thing? Yes, we've been watching Ted Lasso again,
Yeah.
friends, for those that didn't pick up on that. And then they have the ever popular returning sushi donut, which is donut-shaped sushi featuring salmon, tuna, shrimp, cucumber, and sesame seeds over a decorated plate of wasabi aioli, sriracha aioli, and eel sauce.
And that, I think, has all the potential to be really good. It's just so much.
It is. Now, we had, when we were there in December, we had the sushi that's shaped like a Christmas tree.
Right.
I thought that was a perfect amount, especially to share. And it was not overwhelming, and it was delicious and fine.
Yeah, and I'm sure the sushi donut is not as big as what I think it is, but it just seems like so much. Like you said, the one shaped like a Christmas tree was traditional sushi, just stacked to look like a Christmas tree, with roe being the ornaments and that kind of thing. Whereas the donut is truly a donut, and the different meats are like wrapped around it. It's weird.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Definitely shareable.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's basically Japan.
Any good drinks there, or did we talk about them already and I just skipped over it?
No, there's a Okinawa lemonade, which is the non-alcoholic.
Okay.
There's a sake in a personalized wooden cup, which we got last year.
Yep.
And then there's a sake flight, which has yuzu, Huganatsu, and cherry sake.
Okay. Not that I need to get into another alcohol, but I need to get into sake and like try some different ones. I should probably get into Japanese whiskeys first.
Okay. Well, you make that plan.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now we are headed over to Tangerine Cafe Flavors of the Medina in the Morocco Pavilion.
Right.
Looks like they do have one new thing this year. They're bringing back the grilled kebabs. They also have the stone-baked Moroccan bread with assorted dips.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also have this is their new item, avocado coconut custard tart with pomegranate cream and henna-inspired gelée veil.
Okay. I bet that would be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it would taste, but it'd be really pretty.
Yeah, anybody that goes, if you would please share us a picture of that.
Yeah.
If you get it, it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the avocado coconut custard
Right.
thing.
Sweetened avocado is just... I don't know that I've ever had it, but it's just not a flavoring that I think would.
Might be amazing.
Yeah, it just in my mind it doesn't lend itself to being sweetened.
Mm-hmm. And the only new drink they have there this year is a mango mochi beer.
Okay.
All right, now we are going over to Vibrante and Vivido, which is the Encanto Cocina
Okay.
between Morocco and France,
We had one of our favorite bites of last year's festival from this booth.
and it's coming back.
Okay.
So we have the chorizo and potato empanada. We have a spicy ajiaco soup with guajillo and arbol chili spiced chicken, potato, avocado, corn, and creme fraiche.
Okay.
And then they have a passion fruit filled mango cheesecake with coconut pineapple cake, dragon fruit gelée, and dragon fruit strawberry sauce.
Okay. And the
So-
empanada is delicious.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Like I said,
Be
my
prepared, though. Like I remember last year, we were kind of disappointed about the amount of filling inside the empanada. We were expecting more,
yes.
but it was delicious.
Yes.
As far as beverages, they have a layered tropical berry smoothie, which is wild berry, pina colada, and strawberry. They also have a guava dream blonde ale and a layered tropical berry smoothie with Sailor Jerry rum
Okay.
as the spirited version of the drink.
Okay.
So sweet on top of sweet. Oh boy. We're going to France next, and I apologize. I do not speak French. Just putting that out there.
Do your best.
I'm going to try.
We're not going to judge.
No. So we're going to L'Art de la Cuisine Française.
Do you just want to describe it instead
Yes,
of trying to
please.
say the name?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this first thing is a puff pastry with duck, chicken, onions, mushroom, cranberry, and duck sauce.
Okay. And that's in a puff pastry or served on a puff pastry?
On a puff pastry.
Okay. Interesting.
The next thing was our Breakfast of Champions from last year. The creme de brie en petit pain.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yes.
Yes.
100 times yes.
Cheese for breakfast. You can't go wrong.
Nope. And, okay, there is an escargot en chocolat.
Snails on chocolate?
I get it. Okay, so it's a chocolate mousse flourless cake, citrus coulis, almond chocolate coating, and dark chocolate decoration. So what they've done is they've taken dark chocolate and they've made it in the shape of a snail's head.
Okay.
And then they put the little mousse flourless cake thing on the back like the shell.
Okay.
So no, there is no snail involved in the chocolate.
Okay.
Shoo.
Yeah.
Once again, they do have our frozen French martini, which is Grey Goose vodka, Chambord liqueur, pineapple, orange, and grape juices with lemon lime foam. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That matched with that brie bowl.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They also have an elderflower spritz and then some various wines and sparkles.
Okay.
Okay, then we are all the way to Canada already, if you can
Wow.
believe it.
We're just sprinting through the world.
We are. We're now at Gourmet Landscapes. And we have one new thing, one returning thing. The new thing is a citrus braised beet, like the plant,
Mm-hmm.
not beef, beet.
Beat.
Tartare with golden beet, egg yolk, mustard, vinaigrette, pickled mustard seeds, pickled mushrooms, and spiced pistachios and feta snow.
Okay.
And then there is a wild mushroom risotto with aged Parmesan, truffle shavings, and Zinfandel reduction.
I would eat every bite of that twice. That just sounds delicious. I'm a big risotto fan anyway, but yeah, that sounds delicious. But how is that Canadian?
I don't know.
Canadian.
Mm-hmm. Don't know. So they do have a cocktail that I think you might appreciate.
Okay.
And might, I don't know. But it's called the Frozen Scotch Cocktail. And it's scotch and herbal tea garnished with a chocolate nail.
Okay.
As long as it's not sweet tea, I think you'd be okay.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay. I'm like Scotch. I have to be really careful because I'm not.
You don't like the peatiness.
I don't like the peatiness, and I don't like overly smoky.
Okay.
And Scotch has a tendency to be both of those things.
Okay.
So I have to be very careful with the Scotches. I haven't met very many Scotches that I like, but I think I would try it. But it's a frozen drink, right?
It says frozen Scotch cocktail.
Okay. So it'd be a slushy of sorts.
Yeah.
And the herbal tea might take some of that smokiness and peatiness out.
Mm-hmm.
I'd try it. And then a chocolate nail, that's just a fun garnish.
Yeah.
It's not going to add anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we are going to Refreshment Port, which is near Canada.
Okay.
They have a caprese poutine with Tuscan-inspired French fries, confit tomatoes, slivered garlic, mozzarella pearls, basil pesto, shaved pecorino, and a balsamic glaze. That looks divine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks poutine-ish.
Mm-hmm. Wish I was a bigger fan of pesto. I just don't like it.
What don't you like about pesto?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the flavor of basil.
Okay.
And most pesto is basil. I know there's other pestos that are not.
Right.
But it just...
No wonder you don't like Thanksgiving, too, because basil is a big flavor at Thanksgiving.
I like Thanksgiving. I don't like turkey. Except when you make it, and then it's delicious.
Thank you, dear.
Welcome. All right. And then there's just one new beer. It's an Italian Pilsner.
In Canada.
Because
Right
of
on.
course it is. Well, no. I mean, it's Refreshment Port, so it can actually be from anywhere.
Right.
And it would go with the caprese French fries very nicely.
Right.
All right. Now we are going to Deco Delights, which is near Port of Entry.
Hold, please. Was there a booth in England? And I'm
No.
just forgetting about it. So we skipped over England. You got to go to Rosencrown for fish and chips there. That's their festival booth.
And a fine one it is.
It is, yes.
That, and if you go to Rosencrown, the pub, and get something to drink to go with your fish and chips, day made.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
We'll call that their booth.
Yes. So Deco Delights,
Okay.
which is near Port of Entry. The only thing they have there is that almond frangipani cake layered with raspberry jam and Belgian chocolate. Looks kind of like a stained glass window.
Okay. Again, if you like cake, it's probably your jam.
They do have a vanilla bean ice cream beer.
Ooh. I
Yeah.
wonder if that would be like the vanilla bean blonde from Infusion.
Very possibly. They also have a strawberry shortcake hard cider.
Okay. That'd be very sweet.
A milk stout with coconut. I would try that.
Mm-hmm. You'd probably like that,
And then they have an espresso martini.
which you know you'd like.
Yes. Okay. We need to talk about this next one.
Okay.
This next one is Swirled Showcase.
Which is the ice cream booth.
Yes.
Yes.
We have had nothing but disappointment from that booth.
That is true.
It's confusing. It doesn't know what it wants to be, and nothing looks right.
Right.
So what they've done here, bubblegum soft serve in a cone.
It's a kid-friendly flavor.
It is, but it is so ridiculously, obnoxiously sweet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey, go
we're
get
not
that
the
cotton
intent.
candy
Yeah,
funnel
we're not the
cake and-
intended audience for that, though. That's the intended audience for that is the 8-year-old that goes in and gets bubblegum ice cream from their local ice cream place.
Yes. They also have Dole Whip in a cone, so lemon, lime, and strawberry.
Okay. Can you swirl those?
I doubt it. I don't know why I doubt it, but I doubt it.
Yeah. That might be interesting, though,
It's
to
a lot
swirl.
to ask.
Yeah. Unless they're in one of those machines that automatically swirls.
Even finding the right lever would have seemed to be a challenge.
That's true. That's true. That like
And I need to be nice.
right. The quality was part of the problem. Part of the problem was listening to.
Yes. They also have what they're calling an imagination cone, which is the bubblegum soft serve in a lavender cone with sparks of imagination and white chocolate wings.
Okay.
Now, you tell me. I understand the bubblegum ice cream is for the 8-year-old who won't eat anything else and all these other things. What are they going to do when they bite into the ice cream cone and it tastes like flowers?
I don't know.
Freak out?
Probably. Throw it into the lagoon.
Please don't do that.
I thought when you were talking about the imagination cone, they were just going to have you hold your hands out and put ice cream in it. Imagine you got a cone.
You can do it. Eat it fast enough. You'll be fine. There are restrooms right there, though. So if
Right.
you make a mess, yeah. Then there is a candy trio flight, which is Dole Whip strawberry with Starburst minis on it. Dole Whip lemon with Skittles popped freeze-dried candies. And Dole Whip lime with chili lime seasoning, otherwise known as tahine. and Lifesavers gummies. I would try that. I would try all of those.
Yeah, interesting. Lots of sweetness there. Sweetness on top of sweetness, but
Yes.
that'd be pretty. Again, this is Festival
Visual
of the
arts.
Arts. It's going to be very pretty.
And then we have a liquid nitrogen mini cake pop, mini as in mouse, with berry sponge cake, white chocolate ganache, and colorful chocolate splats. And yes, they use the word splats.
I love it.
Don't you, though? Okay, 2 more to go.
Okay.
So next we're headed over to our beloved Pop Eats.
Okay.
There is nothing new at this booth, but there doesn't have to be because it is so wonderful.
Right.
They have the standard tomato soup with grilled cheese. And they have the tomato soup with pimento cheese, bacon, and fried green tomato grilled cheese,
Okay.
which is the one we got last year. And
Yep.
it was divine.
Yep. Did I try that grilled cheese or did I?
You didn't try the tomato soup because you don't like tomato soup.
Yeah,
you
but
did try the grilled cheese, and you
yes.
said I never wanted a grilled cheese any other way ever again.
And I haven't had a grilled cheese any other way since then. Granted, I've not had a grilled cheese since then, but I've not had a grilled cheese any other way. So I'm living into that, folks.
Yes, you are.
When
Yes,
I
you
said
are.
that, I'm staying true to myself.
All right, and then we are going to the multiple Joffrey's coffee and tea booths throughout the park.
Okay. And are they all have the same specialty items or no?
Yes, there is one new thing at Joffrey's. It is a color crazed latte and donut. So we've got espresso, Swiss chocolate syrup, dark chocolate sauce, and milk, complemented with a frosted donut and whipped cream topped with M&M's milk chocolate minis.
Oh, goodness. That's a lot.
You can also get that with Kahlua if you like.
Yes, but that's a lot.
You wouldn't like it because it's coffee.
Right. There's a lot going on with
There
that.
is a lot going on. It's very busy.
Yeah.
Very busy.
That's the thing I noticed about almost everything. There is a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of different flavors, a lot of different textures, a lot
Kind of
of
overwhelming, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you sit back and think about it, it's like, goodness.
Aside from the grilled cheese situation, there's not a lot of comfort food
Right,
on this thing.
right. Which they usually do comfort food pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but a chicken pot pie pizza bebe with wasabi peas on it is not comfort food.
Yeah, no. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I love walking around that festival anyway, but there's lots of things on there I would try. Mm-hmm. One of these years when we move closer, we'll have to go explore the booths on multiple days because there's no way you can make it through everything in one day as just one or two people.
No.
Like if you want to try everything at the festival, you almost have to go every weekend or every week and say, okay, I'm going to tackle these 2 countries today, or I'm going to tackle these 3 booths today, and just do it that way so you could try everything, and then you'd be broke. But
That's part of Disney.
that's the deal you sign up for when you go to Disney.
That's right. Well, and I have noticed, like, specifically with these menus, and I don't know if this is a new approach they're taking to things, they're bringing back the things that they know that people absolutely love.
Right.
And trying to be a little more inventive with some of their new things, but it's not as obvious as it has been in past years where they completely revamp whole booths
Right.
at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, a good mix of new and old and that kind of thing so you can have your comfort, the things that are comfortable to you, and then maybe venture out. The one thing I love about the festivals, and this is true of all of them, is that it gives you a chance to be an adventurous eater in a safe way.
Yeah, it's not any huge commitment.
Right. It's not like you're buying an entire entree of something.
Correct.
You're buying 3 or 4 bites of something and giving it a try that way. So I encourage you, if you're a picky eater, let this be the way you try some new things and try and expand that palate a little bit. I'm one of those people, there's a few things that I know I don't like that I won't ever order. But for the most part, if I don't know what it is, I'm willing to try it. And I'm willing to say, yeah, let's give that a shot. Unless it has coffee in it, unless it has shaved coconut, that's about it. Tomato soup is not something I like.
This tomato soup, though, is really good.
So, yeah. Okay, so that's everything, right?
That's everything.
Is there anything else we want to talk about with the Festival of the Arts?
I think just the basic, like, be a good person,
Mm-hmm.
PSA. If you're going to drink and all of this, which we know Epcot is famous for, please be respectful for those around you. Please remember that it is a family situation. There are kids everywhere. So as ideas get into your head and inhibitions tend to slip a little bit, watch your language, watch what you're doing. Just be careful, be kind, and
Yep.
pack your patient pants.
Yep. 100%. The parks are not going to get any less busy.
No.
So pack your patient pants. Enjoy the surroundings. Enjoy Disney for being Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And just you're going to be standing in line to get food, to get drink. Everywhere you go, there's going to be a line. So just prepare yourself for it and just make the most out of it. Spend that time noticing detail.
Mm-hmm.
Spend that time finding the story. All of those kind of things that you can do, I would agree with that 100%. And drink responsibly. Maybe a glass of water with every alcoholic beverage that you have.
Definitely a glass of water with every alcoholic beverage you have. And also just take a moment or take some time to notice the beauty in the Disney parks as a whole, because they're stunning.
Yep.
And also go through the little in-world showcase, go through the pavilions and find the little chalk drawings.
Yes. Yeah. Talk about those.
So in the various pavilions, there are little chalk drawings of various characters from Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a game that you can buy. I think it's $10. And then you put a sticker on the thing and then you go turn it in for a prize.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. It's just something fun to do.
Yeah.
Gives you something to think about.
Yep.
And do. The other thing I was going to ask is there anything closed other than Test Track in Epcot right now? I think I saw somewhere that the aquarium, the Seas with Nemo and Friends, is closed.
They are doing some changes with that, yes. And also, I don't know that it's going to be during this festival, but I know that Grand Fiesta Tour is closing this year.
For a refurb?
Yes, for a refurb.
Okay. Do you know how long it's going to close for?
I don't, and I don't have any details on it.
Okay. We'll look into that and maybe talk about it in a future episode.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Then as we wrap this up, a couple more pieces of business. So we started this episode with some pretty heavy business at our open. We're going to end this with not so heavy business. At the end of last year, at the end of 2024, our podcast host Spotify announced that the support that we use, the support tier that we use to allow you to contribute to our podcast, they were shutting it down. So if you had donations going to our podcast through what was our link in our descriptions, that will automatically stop, or it should have already stopped. We're not getting paid for that anymore, which means we did something we never thought we would do, and we started a Patreon. So we're still trying to figure out what a Patreon tier or tiers look like. We're thinking we'll give early release to episodes. We'll give maybe one of the things we have out there right now is that you'll get to pick the topic of an episode this year if you sign up. There's some other things that we have out there, but please don't feel like you have to support us financially. We're going to do this anyway. We love doing this. We're loving exploring what this hobby is for us. We're hobbyists at this. Anything that you can contribute goes right back into the show. We do all of that. All of our equipment was purchased using funds that were given to us through that support system. But it's not a requirement to listen at all. We just want you to listen. We want you to interact with us on our socials, all of that kind of thing. But just know that your past donations should have stopped. And if you want to keep supporting us or start supporting us, the link for our Patreon will be in the show notes.
And we appreciate any level of support, financial or just listening,
Yep.
referring us to your friends, any of that. I think I can speak for both of us when I say that if you would have told me 5 years ago now, when we started this, all the adventures that we've had during doing this, all the really cool people that we've met doing this, no.
Yeah. Never would have thought it. It started out as a let's have 4 people get together and talk about Disney because we missed it, and it's turned into something that's made me more of a fan than I was before. So it's just fantastic what Disney can do, and this podcast is proof of that. So come out to our socials, support us there. If you have ideas for what we can do for different tiers in Patreon, let us know that as well. What are you willing to pay for? Like, what would provide value to you? Well, yes, but what would add value to your listening experience that would make you want to contribute at different levels? Let us know that. This is our first time doing anything like this, so we have no idea, and would love your feedback on that. And I think that's it for today.
The only other thing I can think of, and it kind of goes along with that, is let us know, like, as we go through some of the changes that we're experiencing right now, where you might look at some different formats. So let us know if we're posting too often, if we're posting not enough, let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you love about podcasts and how we can meet that or keep going or whatever. Let us know.
Yep. Yeah. We do this for ourselves and for you. So let us know what you want to hear, how you want to hear it. If we're doing something you're like, that's not very good, let us know that, because we're still growing in this as well. We're not professionals. So let us know how we can get better. We love the feedback. And remember, there is always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
And we'll see you real soon.